Hello YouTube, I am chargebladeygo, and today we are going to be back going into part 2 of what Yu-Gi-Oh deck would this character play. RWBy edition, and we will be doing the villains. Now I would like to say before we begin that I do know that Yu-Gi-Oh is kid friendly as well as RWBy, but I still want to imply that this is for a general audience, so this video is probably gonna be for 13 plus when you click on it, due to the new guidelines and whatnot, so please just keep that in mind. But before we begin, I do have some rules I want to go over first. So rule 1, only one archetype per character, and archetypes cannot be reused. Protagonist and antagonist can use the same archetype or other type of deck, since they will be separate. A deck can be used for more than one person that are very close to each other, or share the same personality. 4. Only characters that are relevant to the plot are allowed, despite how long or short their scene was. So with that being said, let's begin. Yeah, I said mention that I know Volume 7 started, but I'm going to wait to handle Volume 7. I am hiccuping so much. So I'm gonna wait until Volume 7 is over to tackle it. So no Volume 7 characters at all. So we're gonna start off with Junior, the first villain we see in RWBy. He is going to be using rockets. Sorry everybody if I sound drowsy or anything, it's because I keep coughing and whatnot. I chose him to use rockets because he does use a rocket launcher. Rock launch. That's the type of joke. Anyways, he does use a rocket launcher. I think it's like a bat rocket launcher or something like that. I forget its melee form. Anyways, that is what I am going with, and we will go look at his side, well, his other decks, which I have chosen Fire Fist and Battle Masters. Shoot, I mean Battle Gods, sorry. Fire Fist and Battle Gods I chose because he is a big bulky fighter. He does use fire dust with his rockets, and that's why I choose those ones. Sometimes in RWBy it kind of feels like I can have Battle God as other decks for quite a bit of characters, but that's just my opinion. I'm probably thinking about it the wrong way. Or something like that. Thought might as well introduce his two sidekicks. Melina, the green one, and the other one is being Militatus. I'm sorry, I probably butchered the name. Anyways, since they're both twin sisters, and since Melodious has to do with dancing and whatnot, and music, I decided to give them Melodious. Also, they're at a pub that plays music as such, so why not, you know? Be honest, we'll probably never see these two ever again. I do like their design, to be honest. Next is the most beloved RWBy villain of them all, Roman Tortrick, and I decided to give him Time Thief 3 Duo because why not? Like I think he personally would like this deck, so it's pretty much the best deck when it comes to relating to thieves and whatnot. So yeah, there's also that. I have no idea why I keep saying other decks as side deck, but anyway, for his other decks, we have Magical Musketeer and Dark Scorpion. Oh, and the side deck thing I brought up is just that instead of saying other deck, I keep saying side deck for some reason. I don't know why. But anyway, Dark Scorpion, because you know, Scorpion is deck archetype based off of thieves, and Magical Musketeers because of his stick, his walking stick, his cane, his boomstick. But there isn't any type of deck that revolves around manipulation because he is a good talker and manipulator. Manipulator. I cannot say that word right today. I don't know what's with me. Next, it is Ice Cream Go. I'm a Neapolitan, and I have chosen to give a tiramisu. Why? Because this is the only archetype in Yu-Gi-Oh! That is based off of sweets, and Neo is based off the Neapolitan ice cream, which I have eaten before. I kind of trolled with me eating the Neapolitan ice cream, and actually, I'm not gonna tell you. I shouldn't. I really shouldn't. The decks, I gave a Time Thief Redoer because that's Roman's deck, and there could have been a thing, but Roman died. Spoilers, I guess. I mean, it's not really spoilers, because how many years Volume 3's been out? So, yeah, I guess it's not really spoilers. Next, I'm going to attack with the White Fang. So first I'm going to do White Fang Lieutenant. I'm going to give him the Iron Chain deck profile, because, well, I mean, archetype, not deck profile. This isn't a deck profile. I'm giving him this archetype because he uses a chainsaw. That's basically it, no other reason. Oh, he does not get another deck thingy segment. Then I'm gonna do the two Fox brothers. Guys, I kind of forget their names, I kind of really don't care about them that much. But for the Ice brother, I'm giving him Ice Barrier. For the Fire brother, I'm giving him Flame Veil. Then we are gonna go into Sierra Khan, the one that had a very good voice actor but died. And not even a couple minutes in Volume 5, I think. I have chosen to give her Lunalight Archetype because I think it just fits her so well overall. And it's also aggressive as well. So I think we'll work with her. And for the other side decks, I gave her Gladiator Beast because of, of her aggressive nature, and Amazons because she a queen who hates humans but still a queen. You can totally see that all women are queens if she's the thought she breathes. I mean, if she breathes, she is a thought. I messed that up. Oh well. Moving on to her killer, Adam Taurus. Adam, I just decided to give him Gladiator Beast, and since Khan kind of influenced him a bit, I guess it would be okay to add that as another reason as well to fit him in. Gladiator Beasts are very offensive when it comes to the battle phase, and I thought that would fit Adam quite well, quite okay, to be honest with you. And for other decks, I give him the Shiranui and Six Samurai. Six Samurai only because of his sword. That's it. He has no honor. And Shiranui for practically the same thing. Basically, just because they have katanas and he uses a katana and etc. etc. Blah blah blah. Up, we're gonna go take down the trip to volumes 4 through 5. And we're gonna start off with Shady Guy. Just gave Doc Scorpion too because he's abandoned and whatnot. Moving on is going to be Vanal. I chose to give Vanal the Secret Phoenix archetype. Yes, that's an actual archetype now for those of you who do not know. And I gave it to her because I think her semblance might have been Revival or something like that. That's where I'm going with this because her semblance is Revival. I think. I'm not so sure. Other decks is Salmon Great to go with the Phoenix thingy that I think she has going on with her semblance. And I also gave her Guru Control because everybody believed that she was a maiden, like the Earth Maiden type of thing or whatever. And she did that thing where she thought she was making the ground shake, but we knew it was Raven. But it was kind of like still ground based. So I decided to why not give her Guru Control for that reason. Up next is Lionheart. Oh boy, Lionheart, oh boy. Well, I gave him incantations as like the main deck because his like weapon and such does alchemy stuff, and incantations are kind of like alchemy, or is alchemy. So I decided to give him incantations with that. As a other deck, I thought spell books. would be an appropriate suit for him because of his magic thingy, dust thing, alchemy thing, the thing that he's got going on. Bad joke, but I'm rolling with it. Well, I'm sure you guys would like to know what I did for Raven, and as you can see, I gave her red eyes, because, she has red eyes and such. And one of Crow's other decks was red eyes. So her main deck is going to be red eyes. Yeah. Also, I think she's sipping tea, I think. Yeah, let's go with tea. Other decks are Black Wings, because she can turn into a raven, and Six Samurai, because she resembles a samurai in her looks and her weapon. Not that she has samurai on or anything like that. The outfit and the weapon, that's all. Next up, we're going to Atlas for a little bit with Whitley. For Whitley, I've chosen to give him Synchrons as his main deck. And for those of you complaining Synchros aren't good enough anymore, well, Crucial and Needle Five is coming out to the TCG next year, so there you go. Also, Synchrons are white, hair's white, and the general color for Synchro monsters is white. So I just thought that would be a nice additional touch right there to go off the hair color. Other decks are going to be Cyber Dragons and White Dragon. Because Cyber Dragons represent the high techness of Atlas and Shneeda's company, and Blue Eyes White Dragon because of the Whitley family. No, sorry, the Schnee family has white hair and blue eyes. So there you go. That's basically why. Oh, and we're gonna go to Pimp Daddy Jock with Cyber Dragons. Because let's be honest, Cyber Dragons for now in the TCG is pretty much the best deck that would represent the Schnee family. As of right now. Just saying. That's what I think, honestly. I'm sorry to Synchros and Blue Eyes players, etc. And of course, we have the other decks, which are going to be Blue Eyes, and as you can see, it's a little bit of a mix-up between Whitley and Jock, so father like son, I guess. Now we can actually finally go into the Salem game, so to say. The first up is going to be Emerald, in which I give her Geminites because Jade is an emerald, and Geminites are based off of diamonds and crystals and whatnot, so I decided to give her Geminites. As for other decks, I gave her Phantom Thief Archetype, and I gave her Dark Scorpion. What is with me and saying Time Thief for? Like, it keeps on messing me up, I don't know why. Anyway, the reason why I choose those two decks because we don't really know that much about Emerald's past, so, except that she's a thief, so that's why I gave her both of those. That's why I gave her both those decks. So up next is our lovely Mercury. We have decided to give him Yusenjus because they are wind based and their like player style kind of reflects his martial arts, I believe, his kickboxing. Don't know if he just calls it kicking or if he uses some sort of martial arts or whatnot. It also resembles his little special air barrage attack thing that he does in Volume 3. As another deck, I gave him Battling Boxers to represent his martial arts. Or his hand-to-hand combat, I should say. And then next, we're going to go off to Cinda. I gave her Salmon Grace because of her fire magic, and she likes using fire a whole bunch and whatnot. So that's why I give it to her. Matches with her name. Kinda goes with the same thing when I go to the other decks with Fire Kings and Volcanics as well, just to let you all know. Up next we have Hazel, and I've given him Dino Wrestlers because he's a big dude. I think he knows some wrestling moves and everything. I think you've seen him use some wrestling moves, I believe. That's why I gave him Dino Wrestlers. And moving on to other decks, we have Fire Fist because he can give his fist an elemental charge by stabbing dust into him and such. And Battling Boxers because he mostly uses his fist anyway and it complements him better than Mercury. Sorry, Mercury. Next we have Watts. I kind of had a hard time deciding on what to give him, but I went with the Decode Archetype, basically Cyber's Decode. That's what the Decode Archetype is. Basically just decode links with Cyber's monsters. I decided to give him that because Code does deal with the internet and everything hacking and whatnot, so I decided to give him Decode Taco. And for other decks, I have decided to give him Watts because his last name is Watts, and Digital Bug because that also has to deal with internet and hacking and everything like that. Next, we have a concerned Tyrion with Insectus. I decided to give him Insectus because he is a part insect phonics. He's an insect phonics, and Insectus are insects, so I decided to give him that. We really don't have any archetypes or anything resembling the Joker, so I really couldn't give him anything that when we go to other decks. And the only other deck that I gave him is the Crawler archetype, which is Insect. And do you know where that leads us? It is going to be Mama Salem. Salem, I have given her a Pacific deck. I have given her Dark World FTK, which uses Firewall Dragon, and I'm going to be using the deck at its peak performance. The reason for this is because that deck was a tier 0 deck. If you have no hand traps, and for those of you who don't play Yu-Gi-Oh really, hand traps are basically card effects that you can activate in your hand to disrupt your opponent's plays. But if you had zero hand traps, and if they and the person who's playing this deck went first, and if they got their combo off, which was majority of the time they're gonna pull it off, they are going to win, and there's not a single thing you can do about it. You can't play Yu-Gi-Oh basically. And because Dark Worlds was used in that FTK for some kill strategy, I decided to give it to Salem. And for other decks for Salem, I given her Zombie World and Shadows because it kind of fits her as well. And there you all have it. I hope you all enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the notification bell so you know when I upload a video. About the whole entire Kappa thing, I'm gonna wait and see what happens because maybe I won't be negatively effective and I won't get in trouble and whatnot. So we're just gonna have to wait and see. I hope I don't have to stop making Yu-Gi-Oh videos for all of you. Well, until next time, bye bye.